Lately, arms feel lighter. Legs take more effort than they used to. Everyday movements, getting out of a chair, climbing a few steps, bring a quiet struggle that wasn't there before. It's easy to believe this is just part of growing older, to think, this is how aging works. But what if the story is different? What if this loss of strength, this silent fading of muscle, isn't just age catching up, but something missing from your plate? There's a vitamin, hardly talked about in Western conversations, that plays a quiet, powerful role in keeping the body strong. It's not new. In fact, Japanese elders have been getting it naturally for generations. It's called vitamin K2, and without it, your muscles may slowly lose their ability to hold you up. Today, we'll explore the gentle traditions of Japanese nutrition and how this one missing nutrient could be the key to standing taller, moving easier, and living with more confidence, no matter your age. If you're someone who's felt weaker lately, this video might bring more than answers. It might bring hope. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Drop it in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading your stories. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. The silent muscle loss after 60, and why it's not just aging. Muscle doesn't vanish overnight. It fades quietly, day by day, until one morning you realize pushing yourself up from the couch takes 2 tries. A short walk leaves your legs heavy. You're no longer as steady as you once were. In the United States, this slow decline in muscle is often dismissed as normal aging. Doctors give it a name, sarcopenia, but few offer more than vague advice. Stay active, eat enough protein. Still, the weakness creeps in. Here's what's often missing from the conversation. Muscle loss isn't just about exercise or protein. It's about how your body holds on to strength or lets it slip away. And the difference often comes down to one quiet, overlooked nutrient: vitamin K2. You might have never heard of it. Most Americans haven't. It's not listed on nutrition labels. It's not mentioned at checkups. And yet, it plays a crucial role in the dance between muscle, bone, and energy. Without enough K2, the body struggles to direct calcium to where it's needed, your bones and muscles. Instead, calcium can settle in the wrong places, like arteries or soft tissues. Over time, this misplacement leaves muscles starved of support and bones brittle beneath them. Now here's the contrast. In Japan, elders well into their 80s are still seen tending to gardens, biking to markets, sitting cross-legged on the floor with ease. Their strength isn't accidental, it's cultural. Their traditional diet includes daily sources of K2, like natto, a fermented soybean dish rich in this vitamin. It's part of breakfast. It's part of their longevity. One study found that older Japanese adults who consumed K2 regularly had stronger bones, fewer falls, and better muscle function compared to those who didn't. Not because they were lifting weights, but because their food supported their foundation. This is what makes the difference. Strength after 60 isn't just about pushing harder. It's about nourishing deeper. And sometimes what's missing isn't effort, it's understanding. What is vitamin K2, and why are Americans so deficient? When people hear vitamin K, they usually think of blood clotting. That's vitamin K1, which you get from leafy greens like spinach or kale. But vitamin K2 is different, and far more crucial when it comes to aging with strength. Think of K2 as a guide. Its job is to direct calcium in your body to the right places, into your bones and teeth, and away from the places it doesn't belong, like your arteries, joints, and soft tissues. Without K2, calcium gets confused. It can build up in blood vessels, contributing to stiffness, fatigue, and even cardiovascular problems. Meanwhile, your bones, starved of calcium, become weaker, and your muscles, which rely on strong bones for support, begin to struggle. There's another layer too. K2 helps activate a protein called osteocalcin, which doesn't just support bones. It's also linked to muscle function, insulin sensitivity, and energy metabolism. That means without enough K2, you're not just losing bone density, you're losing energy and strength on a cellular level. So why don't Americans get enough? Because most Western diets are almost completely void of natural K2. Unlike K1, which is found in fresh vegetables, K2 is only present in fermented foods or animal products from grass-fed sources. In Japan, elders consume natto, a sticky fermented soybean dish that's the richest natural source of K2, specifically the MK7 form. It's been part of their breakfast for generations. But in the US, natto is nearly unknown. Most people don't eat fermented vegetables regularly. The animals in our food system are rarely grass-fed, meaning their eggs, meat, and dairy lack the K2 content once naturally present. In fact, researchers have found that 90% of the American population is deficient in K2. Not mildly low, deficient. And the results show up in subtle, creeping ways. Muscles tire faster. Bones become fragile, even when calcium is present. Arteries harden, increasing cardiovascular risk. The body ages faster and more silently than it should. But it doesn't have to stay this way. K2 isn't a pharmaceutical or a complicated protocol. It's a nutrient, one that can be gently welcomed into daily life with the help of foods that support not just the body, but also the rhythm of slower, more mindful living. 5. Traditional Japanese foods that preserve muscle into your 90s. In a quiet neighborhood of Kyoto, a woman named Sachiko begins her morning the same way she has for over 80 years. She sits on the floor, legs tucked beneath her, and bows gently over a small wooden tray. On it, a bowl of steamed rice, miso soup, pickled vegetables, and a modest portion of something most Americans have never tried, natto. It's sticky, stringy, and carries a strong smell. But in Japan, it's a treasured part of aging well. Sachiko doesn't eat it for flavor. She eats it for tradition, for memory, for health. She eats it because it has always been there, quietly protecting her bones, nourishing her muscles, anchoring her in a rhythm of strength. Natto is the richest natural source of vitamin K2, MK7, and elders like Sachiko have been eating it daily since childhood. Doctors in Japan don't need to prescribe it. It's already woven into the fabric of life. Let's look at the 5 K2-rich foods from the Japanese table that quietly support strength, balance, and muscle health well into old age. 1. Natto, fermented soybeans. This may be Japan's most powerful muscle-preserving food. Fermented with Bacillus subtilis, natto is loaded with MK7, a long-acting form of K2 that stays in the body for days. It helps direct calcium into bones and keeps soft tissues flexible and responsive. Studies show older adults who consume natto regularly have stronger bones, fewer fractures, and better balance. They are less likely to fall, more likely to recover quickly when they do. Despite its bold flavor, natto is usually eaten in small amounts, over warm rice, with a dash of mustard or soy sauce. It's not about quantity, but consistency. 1 spoonful each morning, every day, for a lifetime. 2. Miso, fermented soybean paste. Though lower in K2 than natto, miso plays a different role. It creates the right environment in the gut for K2 to be absorbed effectively. A bowl of miso soup before meals is common in Japanese households. Warm, salty, comforting. It awakens digestion and delivers beneficial bacteria that support nutrient uptake. Paired with natto or egg, miso completes the picture of a well-prepared gut and a nourished body. It also offers a sense of grounding, of returning to something warm, familiar, and healing with each spoonful. 3. Tamagoyaki, Japanese rolled egg. Japanese-style omelets made with pasture-raised egg yolks are rich in K2, especially when the hens are fed a natural outdoor diet. These sweet, savory slices of egg are often part of a traditional breakfast bento. Light, protein-rich, and easy to digest, they help maintain muscle mass while delivering bioavailable fat-soluble vitamins. It's a gentle way to start the day. Not heavy, not rushed, just nourishing. 4. Natto maki, natto sushi rolls. For those who struggle with the texture of plain natto, natto maki is a gentle introduction. Wrapped in seaweed and rice, the strong flavor is softened and the benefits remain. These rolls are sold in convenience stores across Japan, eaten by children and seniors alike. It's an example of how Japanese culture adapts health into habit, not by force, but by flavor and familiarity. Even a small bite carries the wisdom of generations. 5. Takuan, pickled daikon radish, bright yellow and served in thin slices. Takuan is a fermented vegetable with small amounts of K2 and a refreshing crunch. It balances the richness of natto or egg, and like miso, supports digestive health for better absorption. More than that, takuan represents the idea of variety and seasonality in Japanese meals. No single food is expected to do everything. Together, they form a tapestry of gentle support. Each flavor has its place. Each bite is a step towards strength. Why vitamin K2 protects muscle? A simple science behind Japanese strength. Aging doesn't just thin the body, it changes where strength comes from and how it's maintained. Many people think muscle is only about movement, but in truth, muscle and bone are deeply connected. When one weakens, the other follows. That's why falls in older adults so often lead to fractures, and why recovery becomes slower over time. Vitamin K2 plays a unique role in this connection. It doesn't build muscle directly like protein or exercise. Instead, it creates the conditions where strength can be preserved by guiding calcium into bones and keeping it out of the places that drain your energy and mobility. Let's walk through this gently. Inside your body are 2 key proteins, osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein. Both are essential for strong bones and flexible tissues. But here's the catch. They need vitamin K2 to be activated. Without K2, these proteins remain inactive, like tools left unused in a drawer. When they're activated, osteocalcin binds calcium and delivers it into the bones, making them denser, stronger, and more supportive for the muscles attached to them. Matrix GLA protein prevents calcium from hardening in arteries and soft tissue, keeping the body flexible, the blood flowing, and fatigue at bay. This means that K2 doesn't just protect bones, it creates the foundation muscles depend on. Without it, calcium goes rogue. It gets stuck where it shouldn't, hardening arteries, stiffening joints, even interfering with oxygen delivery to muscles. That leads to tightness, soreness, fatigue, and over time, muscle atrophy. Japanese elders benefit from this nutrient not only through food, but also through their way of living. Imagine a man in rural Japan. He's 85. He doesn't run marathons or lift weights, but each day he tends his small garden, walks to the corner store, sits and rises from the floor without hesitation. He eats natto in the morning, a bit of miso at lunch, and a tamago yaki for dinner. Quietly, without thinking about it, he's providing his body the vitamin it needs to stay mobile and strong. He may not know the term osteocalcin, but his bones are dense. His legs still carry him. And here's what's beautiful. It's not too late to create the same conditions in your own life. A study from the Netherlands showed that adults supplementing with K2 over 3 years had better bone strength and improved arterial flexibility, 2 factors directly tied to fall prevention and muscle performance. Another study found that K2 levels correlated with improved muscle function in postmenopausal women, especially those not getting results from exercise alone. But the key isn't just popping a pill. K2 works best when your body is ready to absorb it, when digestion is calm, meals are balanced, and movement is part of daily rhythm. This is where the Japanese lifestyle shines. They don't chase health. They live in a way that allows it to stay. A gentle checklist. How to get vitamin K2 in the US without eating natto. Natto isn't for everyone. Its sticky texture, strong aroma, and unfamiliar taste make it hard to embrace, especially if you didn't grow up with it. But here's the good news. You don't have to eat natto to benefit from vitamin K2. There are many simple, accessible ways to bring this powerful nutrient into your life, using foods you can find right where you are, in your local grocery store or farmer's market. Let's take a look at how you can gently introduce K2 into your meals, the same way the Japanese do, with consistency, mindfulness, and grace. 1. Aged cheeses, especially Gouda and Edam. In Japan, natto leads the list. In the US, Fremont cheeses are your best bet. Gouda and Edam, both traditionally fermented, are high in MK7, the same form of K2 found in natto. Just 1 or 2 slices a day can make a meaningful difference. Choose cheeses made with whole milk, ideally from grass-fed cows. These not only provide K2, but also healthy fats that help your body absorb it. 2. Egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens. Not all eggs are created equal. Egg yolks from chickens that roam freely and eat a natural diet are much higher in K2. You can often find these labeled as pasture-raised or free-range organic. A soft-boiled egg for breakfast. A sliced hard-boiled egg over salad. A warm, fluffy omelette. Simple, nourishing, and rich in the vitamins your muscles and bones are asking for. 3. Sauerkraut and fermented vegetables. Fermented foods are a quiet secret in Japanese longevity, and you can create the same benefit with sauerkraut. Look for unpasteurized, refrigerated varieties, often found in the health food section, as heat kills the beneficial bacteria that help your gut absorb fat-soluble vitamins like K2. Enjoy a spoonful as a side dish with your lunch. It's not just about the nutrients, it's about supporting the whole system that helps you stay strong. 4. Chicken liver and organ meats. In many traditional cultures, organ meats were considered sacred, a concentrated source of vitality. Chicken liver, in particular, contains meaningful levels of K2, along with iron, B12, and other nutrients that support energy and muscle health. A small portion once a week, sautéed gently with onions and herbs, can nourish far more than just your body. It can help restore something deeper, a sense of strength returning. 5. Grass-fed butter and ghee. Butter from grass-fed cows is not just a fat, it's a delivery system for fat-soluble vitamins, including K2. Spread it over warm vegetables. Stir it into oatmeal. Use it to cook your eggs. Even better, ghee, the clarified form of butter used in Eastern cooking, offers purity and stability for cooking, without losing its richness in nutrients. Now let's bring it all together into a gentle morning meal, inspired by Japanese balance and accessible with Western ingredients. A healing breakfast for muscle and bone. 1 soft-boiled, pasture-raised egg. 1 slice of whole grain or sourdough toast with grass-fed butter, and ½ cup steamed greens or fermented vegetables, like sauerkraut. A warm cup of miso soup, available in instant packets or paste form. Optional. A cube of aged Gouda. This meal is rich in K2, kind to digestion, and doesn't require radical change. It's about rhythm, not restriction. A few gentle reminders. K2 is fat-soluble. Always pair it with healthy fats for better absorption. Supplements can help, but whole foods work best when eaten regularly and mindfully. Look for MK7 if choosing a supplement. It stays in your body longer than MK4. Small amounts daily are better than large amounts occasionally. In Japan, they don't count milligrams or track macros. They simply return to the same humble meals every day, with care, with calm, with connection. Small daily habits that help your body absorb K2. Inspired by Japan's slow living, the Japanese approach to health doesn't rush. It doesn't rely on extremes. No strict counting, no rigid plans, just gentle habits, practiced daily, over time, that allow the body to heal, adjust, and thrive. And when it comes to absorbing a fat-soluble vitamin like K2, the how you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Let's explore a few small rituals, inspired by Japanese culture, that help your body take in K2 more efficiently, while also bringing calm, intention, and balance into your life. 1. Sit down, breathe, and eat. Without distraction in many Japanese homes, meals begin with a pause. No TV, no phones, just a moment of stillness, often accompanied by the phrase, itadakimasu, a way of giving thanks and preparing the body to receive nourishment. This practice isn't just spiritual, it's biological. When you eat in a calm state, your digestive system produces more enzymes and bile, which are essential for breaking down fat and absorbing vitamins like K2. Eat slowly and chew thoroughly. Japanese meals are often served in small portions and eaten with chopsticks, not to slow people down, but to create space between bites. Chewing thoroughly doesn't just aid digestion, it signals the body to absorb nutrients more effectively. The slower pace also allows you to tune into when you're truly full, a habit that supports not just digestion, but long-term health. 3. Drink warm liquids after a meal. Instead of ice water, many Japanese elders sip warm tea or water after eating. This simple choice keeps the digestive system relaxed and active, rather than shocked and slowed down by cold drinks. Warm liquids also help with emulsifying fats, a key step in absorbing fat-soluble nutrients like K2. Tip: try sipping a warm cup of roasted barley tea, mujicha, or simple hot water with a slice of lemon after your meal. 4. Don't rush to clean up or lie down right away. After meals, there's often a period of gentle movement or quiet sitting. In many communities in Japan, elders take a short stroll around the garden or nearby streets, not as exercise, but as a digestion ritual. Just 10 minutes of easy walking can help regulate blood sugar and improve nutrient absorption. It's not about burning calories, it's about keeping the body moving gently and letting the food settle naturally. 5. Avoid drinking tea or coffee immediately after eating. This may surprise some, but drinking green tea or coffee right after meals can actually interfere with nutrient absorption, especially iron and fat-soluble vitamins like K2. The Japanese often separate their tea time from their meals, enjoying it mid-morning or afternoon instead. This spacing gives the body time to absorb what it needs from food without interruption. 6. Embrace the principle of hara hachibu, eating until 80% full. This Okinawan philosophy means eating just enough, leaving a little room, rather than feeling stuffed. Why does this help? A lighter meal is easier on the digestive system, allowing for more effective absorption of nutrients. It also prevents the sluggishness that can follow heavy meals, helping maintain energy and movement throughout the day. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't need to change your entire diet overnight. You don't need to chase youth. Strength, real, lasting strength, can return quietly through small, loving steps. A soft-boiled egg in the morning. A few bites of aged cheese. A sip of miso soup before dinner. A short walk after eating. These aren't just actions. They are signals to your body. I still care. I still want to live fully. What the Japanese elders have shown us isn't just what to eat, but how to live, with patience, with rhythm, and with trust in nature's quiet wisdom. If you've felt weaker lately, please know this. Your body is still listening. It is still capable of strength. It is not too late. And sometimes, the answer isn't more effort. It's more nourishment, more presence, more peace. If this video gave you even one helpful idea, would you share it with a friend? And if you'd like to see more gentle, healing guidance like this, please consider subscribing. Your journey matters, and we're walking it with you.